Good afternoon. Tom and I are going to go through today's van, which is a new Supreme Executive 22-foot rear club. There's some lovely things if you go up to the Executive line as opposed to the Classic Tourer line, which we're going to run through right now. As with most of our vans, you'll come with an Anderson plug to charge your batteries, the 12-pin to run your safety lights, indicators, brakes, electric brakes. They're on the little pins. The big pins are doing different things depending on the van. On all the Supremes, they'll use 11 and 12. On the Goldies, for example, they use 8 and 9. So it's important to know what you need with your car. We've also got the Safety Dave camera system that needs to be wired through, so you can have that on the dash while you're backing up or driving forwards to see who's tailgating you. Very handy. It's got a little microphone in it as well, so when you back up, you don't run over the missus. The hitch, this one's got a 50mm ball. That can be changed out to a DO35 or any number of the hitches on the market. Importantly, make sure you put your handbrake on when you pull up. Stops your van rolling over your toes. Breakaway cord is standard with any van over 2 tonne. Make sure you attach it to your car somewhere. We go through all of this in detail when we physically hook up with your van. Things like your gas bottles, standard stuff, leave that pointing at the one that you're using, otherwise you run out of gas everywhere. So this toolbox is standard on the Executive. Very handy for all your bits and pieces. So when you pull up, get your jockey wheel out, get your hoses out, especially if they're in the bags, takes up a lot less room. You might also keep some other knickknacks in there like wheel ramps, chocks, put your shackles in there so people don't borrow them when you're at camp. But yeah, standard on the Executive, a pricey add-on for some other vans. All right, on the Executive, on the utility side if you like, we've got your nice full length tunnel boot. They've all got lights in them so you can see what you're doing when you're fishing around in there. The compression locks, nice and easy to use. We've also got your outdoor shower, which is standard on the Executive. Make sure you reach in when you open it, because otherwise I can guarantee you that'll fall out on the rock right on the beach. But once you've got your hot water running, instant hot water, ready to go, awesome having a rinse off at the beach. Or if the dog's nice and muddy, they'll appreciate getting a rinse off out here too. It's always worth checking these if you turn your pump on that you haven't got a waterfall. If that little tap seems to have just jiggled on in transit, you'll have a nice little waterfall down here and wonder why your pump's running. So it's very awesome. We're going to jump past the lithium battery, which I'm not sure we've got the angle for here. Again, standard on the Executive. You'd be amazed at the amount of things that we do as a standard, not an upgrade. That's why the price is so awesome. We'll hide that batteries back in there again. There is always the Anderson plug up under the front here for power access from or into your battery. If you're going in with power, make sure your regulator's on your portable solar panel though, because it is live to your battery. As just mentioned, the on-demand hot water system for the outdoor shower obviously runs the indoor shower and the sinks and the faucets. These units are really good because you never need to get in here. There is a little switch which is your 12-volt igniter. For general use, leave it on. If the gas isn't flowing and the water's not flowing, it's not going to light. This is the bit that gets hot. All of this stuff, magic mystery world, leave it alone unless you're a technician. The only time you'll really get in here is if you happen to see some cobwebs forming, get in and blow them out. You fire this bad boy up and the spiders come out angry because it's getting hot in there, you don't want them running around out here on your van. So make sure it's nice and clean and tidy. Other than that, leave it alone. And just remember, the on-demand hot water is standard on the Executive. No more sneaky prices, it's all included, so you get everything you need standard on the Executive. Another nice feature of the 22-foot rear club Executive, again standard, is the toolbox on the back. Well, tunnel boot really. There's a light in here which I just can't find for the life of me. Ridiculously good storage for things like your chairs or maybe a gazebo. Wouldn't put your fishing rods under there because if you don't clean them off they'll smell funny. But when you look through there, the storage is massive. It's the same size as the one on the front. Also handy to balance your load if you've got some heavy stuff you're trying to carry around. We've also got the super duper drop down legs. Much the same to that point, just take the weight, pull the handle, but then you give that a squeeze. The leg's on the ground. Give it a little jiggle up and then tension it with your normal tension wrench. To get them up, grab the nut, squeeze the lever, bring it up. That's the clean bit. You don't have to grab the dirty bit and then get them out the way again. So much easier to drop your legs down, stop your van rocking around in a breeze, or if you're having a party. Also standard on the Executive, I'm not talking about the 240 or the 12 volt power outs, your TV box. So you get the lovely swing arm, and of course we give you the bracket for your telly. You got 12 volt power, your antenna feed, and your 240 power as well. So whatever your TV needs to run on, but let's be honest, get a 12 volt TV, run it off that. You can sit out here and watch whatever you need to watch. The footy, the cricket, the tennis, the Olympics. You can sit out here and watch it, and if it's not going your way, you can turn around and look at the sky. But standard features, you don't need to pay for them. Now, again in the Executive, something that you'll get standard is the Red Arc Red Vision display. So instead of just the Manager 30, which is hiding under the bed neatly, you get your display panel, which is a lot easier to read than the little Manager 30 one. You tap it up, it'll tell you where your power's coming from. At this stage it's 240 volt and we're getting a solar feed, even though we're in the shed. It's still calibrating because this has literally come off the truck and we're shooting a video on it. So once that's at 100%, it'll give you an estimation if you're free camping, how long you got left. It tells you what voltage you're using at any one time, and we've got all the lights on, which is why the number's reasonably high. If I follow the green arrows around, I can get to different diagnostic screens, I can get to different battery settings, I can get to different alarms that I can set. A lot of this stuff will go into detail at handover, depending on what you need it to do. I can also, if I wanted to, Bluetooth the diagnostic stuff to my phone, which may sound like it's a bit of overkill, but it's a lot easier to sit on the couch than it is stand up here and play with it. This little unit here is the unit for your on-demand hot water system. Again, it's a standard thing. You don't have to do anything to it. It lights up because we've left the 12 volt igniter switch on. That's your temperature setting, so you can set its maximum temperature. So if you've got the kids on board, you can back it off. And as long as that switch is on, the gas is on, and the water's flowing, that'll just fire up and come up with some nice pretty symbols when you run the tap. The solar isolator, overkill because it's part of the housing rules, leave it on. Your master switch turns off your 12 volt stuff. So normal things that you find in our Supremes, all in the one cupboard, so it's one access when you're setting up. Your water pump as usual, turn it on if you want to use your tanks, leave it off if you're hooking up with water, and the fridge fan. Lovely little addition in the bottom vent of your fan, so when it's hot it'll suck more air through, makes your fridge insanely more efficient. And the Fusion stereo, again, really easy. Tap the buttons, play with your volume. We always like to set them to say what's inside and outside, because then you can turn off the outside world if you need to, or if you're sitting out there you can turn off the inside world. Again, we'll go through this in a lot more detail with your physical handover, but the peace of mind that it's all in one cupboard is an absolute killer, because you're not digging through any more of these oak cupboards looking for them. Now we'll move on to the rest of the fun things in here. Now, I'm just having a rest because Tom's changing batteries or doing whatever Tom does. While I'm sitting here relaxing, I've got insanely long legs. I'm not crunching up, I'm not banging knees with the missus, I'm not folding them up in a weird way. Hell, I can put them out if I want, because the rear club is insanely big and comfortable. The table does drop down to be another bed if you need it to be, but let's be honest, you don't want the grandkids coming away, you want to enjoy this yourself. You can also spin it around 90 degrees, so if you're playing cards, you can sit in comfort sideways, and you've still got plenty of room for whatever card game you're playing. Canasta or the like, even Uno. We've also got, as standard, LED strip lights up along underneath, so if you don't want to use the spotties, you can turn on the strip lights. They're a lot more ambient, if you like, so they're not in your face unless you need them to be because you're reading a book and your eyesight's terrible. We've also got the full pelmet and curtain pack in this, which some people, as much as they love the ease of just pulling up the night blind, they really want to block out any daylight from the morning. You can pull your curtains across as well. You might be able to see as we spin around that this has been laid out with the oak finish. So the timber seems to be coming well back in vogue, much like the vans from 20 odd years ago. You can also get that as the oak if you like to really timber it up. Start yourself a new trend. We're going to spin around now because Tom wants to show off the other end. Again, in the Executive, we've got the full gas oven. A lot of people say they don't use the gas oven, but it's, I think, insanely good for reheating that first night arrivals dinner from a couple of nights ago. If you're free camping, whack the casserole you had in on Wednesday in the oven. By the time it's hot, you're ready to eat. Or you use the microwave, of course, if you're at a campsite that's got power. The little bench top, really easy to help prep. The automatic 3-way fridge, again, jump in, check it's on. Yep, that's on, it's on power. The lights are on, she's getting nice and cold already. Being an automatic fridge, it chooses its own power supply. One less thing you got to worry about. Plenty of time to get back to the canister. This one that we've had built has got the black pack in it, and what that means is you get a black sink and a black skinny profile tap. Also comes in the stainless silver. Now, in the 22 executive rear club, a lot to wrap your head around, you get the bathroom in the middle, which makes it much more of an ensuite feel because it's right next to your bedroom. Harder for your visitors or your guests to go, oh, can I borrow your toot? Because they've got to come into your bedroom end of the van. Really big shower. Again, the black fittings. The toot's nicely and conveniently tucked away over there. We've also got your front load washing machine in here, which sure, I hear you say I'm never going to use it, but where are you going to put your dirty jocks and socks? You don't want to put them up in here with your toothpaste. You don't want to leave them in a cupboard up there. You'll forget you've done it. Throw them in your washing machine. You'll be amazed. You realise it's full, you'll run it, and then you've got clean stuff again. Again, the black pack, nice black sink. That can come in white as well. All right, again, we've got another room. Hang on, I hear you say, 3 rooms in one caravan. Well, yes, it's a 22-foot executive. So you can slide this door shut if you need to have a nap in private. You've also got TV access points up in here, so we can mount a TV for you in the bedroom, if that's your thing, to watch a telly in the bedroom. Plenty of space up here, storage under the bed as usual with the battery management system and things like that. Plenty of hanging space and your access to power in these. Don't forget the nice deep footlocker cupboards, all with hidden latches on the tops. Again, the black's on there. The really easy windows. And this is the bedroom end. It is as far away from your door as physically possible. So if you're trying to have a nap, shut both doors. I can be down the back watching the footy. The missus can be up here having a nap, or vice versa, depending on who's playing. So that was a reasonably quick walk around in the new 22-foot executive. A lot of things we didn't talk about, the 2 solar panels, the 2 water tanks, the grey tank. It's a standard on our range, so you get them anyway. What we do like to bring to your attention is the different things that come with the vans, like the Toolbox, the instant hot water, the outdoor shower, things like that to really capture your attention. On our website and on our YouTube channels, there is the more in-depth handovers. When you come in for your physical handover, expect to be chatting to me for a lot longer. We're talking 2 hours maybe 3. I've had some that went for 5 and 6, just depending on who you are and how well we get on and how many tricky things you want to know about. So if you want to see more about our 22-foot Supreme Executive, it'll be a joy to have you come into the yard and have a look at it physically. You can really wrap your head around the comforts involved. You can really wrap your head around how much it would suit you and your lifestyle. So if there's more features you want us to talk about, check our YouTube channel. You might see me, you might see Jeb having a chat about stuff. But if there's something in particular, shoot us a line. We can pick a van out and we can shoot your video on that as well. Don't be shy of dropping your name on, because then I can talk to you on the camera. But by all means, come and have a look at this bad boy, because I don't think it's going to last long in the yard. We've had plenty of interest in getting the rear club back out, because it is a much more comfortable van for people of specific heights like myself, over 6 foot. I look forward to seeing you in the yard or at a show or even on the YouTube channels, if I can wrap my tongue out properly. Until next time, let's go camping.